Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. In case you missed the stream I did not too long ago, at least at the time of starting to record this, we put down all of the particle accelerators and quantum encoders. There's more on the other side too. That we're going to need to finally start our Tier 9 automation, or more specifically, as this is, the Alien Power Matrix production, which is what I'm going to count as Tier 9 automation. Because I've decided there's not enough resources in the world to do Tier 9 how I would like, so I'm just not, and this is going to be our Tier 9 equivalent instead. Now, I did the math. Today, well, obviously we're not going to do all of this today because I've realized it's a very big thing to do. Today the goal is, which you might die at the sight of these numbers, to get 15,525 coal per minute and 8,640 limestone per minute, which, well, the limestone's fine. It's mostly the coal I'm worried about. Like, yeah, there's a lot of coal, but, like, there's not 15,000 coal, I don't think. But yeah, we need to get a lot of coal. And we already have a lot of coal, which is why I'm kind of annoyed at the moment. I guess we have to clear the center of the map. I mean, there's like no choice. I feel like that's where most of our coal is going to have to come from. We can get some from here, but like it's all terrible nodes. There's basically none left here. This is all just covered up anyway, so it would be a pain. We're basically stuck with the scraps of what's here at the moment, just the center of the map. And the issue with the center of the map is half of it's covered by a giant tree, which lags the hell out of the game if I go near it. So this episode's gonna be fun, I'm sure of that. I think I'm gonna start with the one up here, just for the sake of my sanity, and then we can try and tackle the center of the map. Because as a reminder, in case you already forgot, we need 15,000, basically 16,000 coal. Which in and of itself, like, it's basically 13 belts of coal. Mark 6 belts of coal. Okay, I've built a station here over at the spider cave. I've decided on 6 freight cars, which, I mean, that would be 300 per minute each. It seems after a quick glance, most of these nodes end up totaling out to 1800. Or at least the ones in, like, groups. Most of them do. See, this one's probably above, just because it has a pure node. Yeah, 2 pure nodes. Yeah, that's definitely above. But, like, most of these end up totaling out. I see this one's 1800 as well. Most of these end up totaling out at 1800, which would mean both of them need like 2 trains of 4 or a train of 8 in an ideal world. Except a train of 6 is 300 per minute per freight car, which is quite high, but they still have a decently big capacity. Because, like, you think of it, okay, this is a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or like, realistically got a 10-minute round trip is achievable with a 6 freight car. So I say we try it. This also means obviously we're going to need all new stations. Luckily we've got plenty of space around here still. Which is probably where I'm going to put all of these new stations. Because realistically every single bit of this new ore is going to be by train. The limestone, not all of it, because a lot of it is nearby. As you can see, there's a lot of nodes nearby, so a lot of it's going to be easy to just get rid of. Also, I don't know why the nodes get smaller, just randomly. Like, I am breaking the game horribly, without even trying. Hopefully I have enough ammo to finish this episode. I didn't consider this, but I haven't made ammo. Like, I have ammo, but I used it all, if I recall. Remember the showcase room episode, I believe it was? I used all the ammo to make better ammo types to finish the showcase room. So, if I am not mistaken, I have no more ammo. Which is an inconvenience. And so are these creatures being in the way. Respawn the Mercy Sphere, don't mind if I do. I mostly need summer sloops, actually. Unfortunately, the summer sloops didn't respawn. As part of all the respawning glitches that happened. Power might seem like a problem, but it's honestly not. Because the train station can supply the power. Which is why I'm kind of using trains for most of this. Ideally, all the far ones, I want to use trains. Where is this last hog that I can get rid of this stupid enemies danger nearby thing? I think that's the last one. As long as we don't go into the cave, we shouldn't get harassed. And I'm pretty sure the cave is blocked off, so like... this area should be fairly hazard-free. If you don't know, this is the other entrance, this alternative entrance. To the giant cave. You have to blow that up. Yep, there's the spiders. Don't have arachnophobia mode on, because it turns off after every update, but... I should turn it back on, actually. Because not everyone likes the spiders, but still, nonetheless. Where is this? Arachnophobia mode. Point is, this is where all the spiders are. Yeah, but point is, that's the giant cave, and this is meant to be a spider. The giant rock is a spider. That's why I was calling it the spider cave earlier. Can't lie, curved mode on belts is actually really nice. Okay, this is 300, so it doesn't need a split. Let's get all of the math elements of this calculated. I'll show you the process once. So this one doesn't need to be calculated either, because it's already right. Because we need 300 per freight station, so there you go. I should have made it curved. I may as well at least stick to the theme here. I said I'm going to use curved belts, so I'm going to use the curved belts. Okay, I get this one close enough to the edge and then conveyor lift it down. About there is probably fine. We're going to have to obviously power all of these, I just haven't connected the power poles to the station. This one needs to be split into two. A little bit of nice and snug belts can't fix, you know, as they'd say. Yeah, that doesn't look great, but it looks fine, honestly. Obviously, you got the last one here, which should be fairly easy. Just need to get all the materials over. Invalid shape, screw you. I'm going to invalidate your shape instead. And there you go. All 6 belts with 300 coal per minute each, at least once they're hooked up. All 300 coal per minute each. In fact, let me hook them up right now, just for peace of mind. And I need to remember, I need to buffer these. At least I think that's what it's called, a buffer. Which is, I need to put an industrial storage container on these. That way they can output a double to make up for the time loss when they load and then the stations stop pulling in and out. Which I did not do on any of my other trains and then I had to fix later, so let's get that sorted right now. If you don't understand what I just said, I guess I'll leave the first one as a demonstration here. Whenever a train loads and unloads, it stops inputting and outputting materials whenever a car is actively unloading or loading, which means that is permanent resources loss. If you're on too slow of a belt, now for this it shouldn't really matter, but I'm going to do it for good measure. If you're at the limit of your belt, that time loss won't be able to make itself up because you're going to have a pause at some point, and essentially you're going to lose efficiency. So this lets you go at double the speed or the throughput to make back up for that time loss for a little bit until it catches back up. And it's fairly simple stuff. Just look up train buffer explanation or something if you want to get more into detail about it. I'm sure someone has a much better explanation than me about it, but it's fairly simple stuff. did it for drones out of habit. Like, turns out drones don't need it because they don't stop when they load and unload, so you're fine with drones not doing that. I don't know about trucks. I forget. Because I don't use them ever, but just look up what they do. Like, if it pauses when it loads and unloads, you need a buffer. If it doesn't, you don't. Alright, well this one's done, which means we should be able to load up the train, and now go build the actual platform. These trains are all going to have to unload to, because we don't actually have anywhere to fit these, like, bigger trains, obviously. Luckily we have room. We just need to build like some kind of foundation or something. Alright, so we're back at the base on the giant stretch with all the other train stations and belts we built last time. And I was thinking, why not just put it here? That's about how long the stations are. Like, why not literally just throw them all along this bit here? Like, we can fit plenty of stations right here. And all we do is move this wall back more that way, which is annoying, but I mean, I don't even have to delete this one. I can just leave it underneath and you would never know. So like, it's kind of convenient. So yeah, I guess let me just put down foundations for a while. Also, I don't know what the heck they changed about the rails, but like, they keep defaulting to being backwards every single time. It's incredibly annoying. Like, extremely annoying. But this works. It's annoying, but works. Very tight. I mean, obviously I could have it be like much more spaced out, but may as well have it be space efficient. A progress update. I ran out of randomly generated names, so now the stations are just calling themselves stations and then the respective number. So, random generated name 40, aka the last one is Sydney. And then there's also Door Drenched, which is a real place. And then the last one was Amsterdam before that, so there you have it, all of the names. There's 40 randomly generated names, turns out. But yeah, this platform can fit 5 stations, which is, well, not enough, I don't think. I mean, we can do the math here. If all of these are 1800, you multiply that by 5, or stupid like star. That's 9,000. That's half, a little bit over half. I don't know what we're gonna do. I can load up these more though. Like 300's actually rather conservative. I can probably get away with 600 each. Well, let's get this like loop done. That way I can get all of these trains to start moving, and I don't have to build all of this now, and I can just build them as they're ready. Okay, so if I get back in this train and then I add the other new station, which is Door Drenched. This should... okay, well the stations are flipped, unfortunately. I need to add this back, add Amsterdam back, there you go. It should stop, and I need to set all of these to unload because I forgot, like a dummy. Kind of unfortunate that the entire station, like, we don't have a way to switch all of these at once if we wish to do so. But I guess that's not a big deal. There you go, all of them are set to unload, and it should just unload on its own, obviously, because now it's on autopilot. So we should have our first 1800 coal basically fully done. Obviously gonna need to belt it over, but that's an issue for another time. So now just to get all of the other various trains set up and ready to go. Alright, so this area, I haven't been here, well, I mean, I never really come over to this end of the map. I think I've been here in this particular biome maybe 3 times in the entire time I've played the game. So first time I'm using it. To be honest, it actually looks really good, but it has spiders in it, as you can see, so I don't like it. And plus, there's like literally nothing good around this. Okay, well there's sulfur, but like, there's 3 things of coal that are annoying to get usually. And then that's it. Like, there's nothing here. Now there's at least a SAM node. I guess there's a 1 geyser, which is impure. Like, there's nothing here. There's no value to ever building in this biome. Okay, so doing this is required in quite the rail expansion, so I've decided to just do it properly and actually start expanding it. So now we've got a railway going around here. I already lost track. Goes here and then kind of like hugs a turn here. Goes under the arch and then comes over here. So yeah, now I just have to decorate it, put all the signals on it, and then we can go back to that station now, because it should be powered once I put all the rails down, which I've only done this little bit here. So, got a bit of work to do, and then we can actually start continuing with the coal collection, which I didn't really expect this to be an opportunity to actually mostly just do infrastructure, but I guess it kind of has to. Because we've got to collect basically all the coal remaining on the map. The new curve belts look so cool. I don't know, it just like... there's something satisfying about it. Anyway, this one's done-ish. Still need all the right-hand side signals, which I'm just going to do... well, I was going to say I'm going to do later, but like this entire railway is still missing. So I can't just have the train go while I do it, so actually never mind, I'm going to do it now. You need to go from here to Sydney. This game looks so nice now with the water refresh. I haven't talked about the game's graphics in quite a while. But like with the new water refresh, with every area's water looking like the water in the Spire Coast, like the game looks great. All that's missing is the rock textures. They're like in 360p still, and then the game would be like so much better. But like literally all that's missing to have this game look so much better is the rocks. These original gray rocks are still like their original like texture. They haven't been upgraded even once, and you can probably see it in this bit more. Look at how low res that is compared to everything else. Like even the grass is higher resolution than that. That and the fog needs a bit of a rework. Man, do I love the Titan Forest, the place where you can get jumped by an elite gas stinger at really any given opportunity. I bet you there's one literally seeing me actively right now. That would not surprise me in the slightest. But hey, there's a free purple slug that I honestly don't really need, but I'm gonna get anyway. It's another one of those fart boys. Yeah, I hate this area. We have to go across that bridge over there. You know, it's almost like I just expect it at this point. Great job trying to hide, dingus. I see you very well. But yeah, elite gas spawner spawn, it's a battery pack now, because screw you. And then that one was just a regular big boy, so I put foundations on it. So even if they do spawn, they're gonna spawn and be stuck. So they're not a problem anymore. These guys, however, also kind of need a battery pack, so like... you know, you can even see my base in the fog. You can't see it well, but you can see it the fact that you can see it at all is pretty good in and of itself. Oh look, 2 elite gas stingers. Although they're next to a summer sloop, so I do kind of want to do one of these. One of these is still alive. Hey, here's a gift, dummy. He's still alive down there. In the rock. That's insane. But hey, that's the only summer sloop we have, because all of the other ones are used up in, well, nothing, because I actually have no idea where they are, but all of them are just gone, so... I just discovered something, and I'm actually unironically really impressed by this. when you blow these things up, which is finally possible, they float up into the sky. I had no idea. This is part of the new foliage explosion, destruction, whatever the heck updates, aka in 1.1. For some reason though, the big ones don't do it. Only the little ones, which is kind of lame. But yeah, new foliage update. Which also means new bombs. You can't really tell with the normal Nobilis. But the nukes are very much more explosive. If only I had some, which I don't. Well, I do. They're all the way over here-ish. Yay, signaling problem, my favorite. I don't know what that's for. I don't care. We're gonna just drive it manually, I guess. There shouldn't even be a signaling problem in this end of the railway, so I don't know what it's on about, to be honest. Ah, that's a signaling problem. It's gonna take it 45 years to get to stop, but you know, I tried at least. Still going. Alright, I've caught back up. Now does it work? Yes. Alright, cool. What a perfect time for the moth to pass. Anyway, it's coming over here now. The other one's been working for quite a bit now. Hopefully this one just works too. It's probably gonna say signaling problem, if I had to guess, on the way back. Okay, it should unload on its own pretty much. And yeah. However, before I forget, I'm going to show you the route as is. I haven't finished turning it all into asphalt, but that's an issue for later me. And then I'm going to take a break after that, because it's been about 8 hours straight of me doing this, and I'm kind of bored and I want to take a break. You know you've been playing a game for a while when 2 entire hotfixes drop as you are actively playing the game. So yeah, we're 2 hotfixes later now into 1.1. Because that's how long I spent doing the first bits of this episode. Oh, what is it now? I swear these trains are nothing but a pain. Okay, so a few things had to change because they broke again. First one is I had to extend the bypass. Hopefully that's enough of an extension. Got rid of a lot of signals. Now the bypass is also the primary exit. So no more trains that go in there exit on this rail, they all exit to this. And then if they need to go left, which is very few, but there are a few, then they can go around this roundabout type thing. If not, they go along the bypass and keep going until they remerge over there now instead of over here, because that was too short for the new trains that are 6 freight cars long. And now they're stuck because they're dumb. Okay, so after doing a bit of math here, after we're done with this station, we're going to need at least 1 more. And probably 1 more and a bit extra. But yeah, here's how it's been going. We got the original station, we got the second station, and now I just finished placing down the third station. And now I have to connect all the belts, which has been going decent-ish. If I pause over here, you can see we got all of this coal. We got all of these coal nodes, including this one. And then there's a few sprinkled about. There's 2 normal nodes here. There's some in the Titan Forest. I think I'm probably gonna get these 2 and then try and get these. So I did a little building off camera, you know. Yeah, no, I'm losing my goddamn mind over here. And this isn't even enough. This is 12. We need 13, and I don't know the exact amount, but it might actually be 14 belts. So we need even more coal still. This isn't it. And it's a lot more actually, because this is not 3 belts worth, this is 1.5 belts worth. So I have to up the coal in this train. Or increase the amount of coal going into this train, I should say, if I want to use proper grammar. As well as get another train with at least 2 more freight cars of coal. And I think we'll basically be there, because we have what? 3,600 times 3, because we've got 3 maxed out trains. Once I fix that one, that'll be times 4. And that's 14,400, and we need 15,500? I think, right? Let me find out here real quick. 15,525. So yeah, we need 1 more belt worth. So we need basically 1,200 more. And then after that, we also need to get 9,000 limestone as a reminder. Next destination, Amsterdam. Alright, the last choo-choo has hit the station. This should be literally all the coal we've been trying to collect. I didn't hook up the limestone because we still have to do the limestone. But I just want to enjoy the coal being completed for the time being. Yeah, this is kind of insane. But this will be all of the coal. I doubled up all the trains because this wasn't working. Hopefully now it is, and I don't have to fix anything. Because they were only going at about like 80% of the throughput we need. I decided to make a pit stop over at the nuclear production, place, as one does. To grab some goodies, aka Nuke Nobilis. Because yoink, it's time to blow stuff up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because I finished getting the grand majority of the limestone here. This isn't all of it, I still have to do the train, but I think you get the idea. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Satisfactory. We're gonna start the big work now. A lot of these upcoming episodes are definitely going to be done baby steps style. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Satisfactory episode. Next one will come with quartz or whatever else I can think of, because quartz would be pretty easy to start actually doing. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.